Hey, what's up guys, it's your girl Poppy Britt. Before we get started, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future videos that I post. So I'm actually about to just get ready for the gym, and I'm getting ready because I look kind of crazy. I got my lashes done. This eye, for some reason, they all basically fell off at this point, and then this one still is pretty full, so I look really crazy. I actually decided I'm not going to get them done again. I've tried to get my lashes done. I've given it a genuine try. The upkeep is so much work. That kind of inspired me to get ahead and get ready because first of all I have to, but second of all, the reason I'm not getting my lashes redone is because my dumbass got LASIK eye surgery. Well, kind of. I got my vision fixed, which a lot of people refer to as LASIK, so that's why I say LASIK, but in reality I got PRK, which is kind of like LASIK, but it's a little more intrusive. I figured I would talk to you guys about my experience getting, I'm just gonna refer to it as LASIK or use PRK interchangeably, but I mean PRK, that's what I'm talking about because that's what I got. I'm talking about my experience. I am just talking about my experience, letting you guys know what I experienced. It's not me saying you should get it, you shouldn't get it. It's not me saying I'm a doctor and know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm literally just giving my opinion. Fair warning. But I'm gonna go ahead and get ready and just kind of talk to you guys about my experience with getting PRK. I got PRK 2 years ago now, and at that time I was 21. Yeah, I had just turned 21 actually, because it was after I graduated college. They do tell you that you should wait until you're 21 to get the surgery done anyway. And the reason that I got it, I really didn't care to get this surgery, but my neighbor, my parents' neighbor, she got LASIK surgery and told my dad about it, and my dad got super excited about it. He told me to look into it because it had fixed her vision and she was doing great, and then he just didn't want my vision getting worse or me having to constantly pay for new glasses. So he was like, why don't you just get LASIK? For a while he would tell me to do it and I was like, no, I don't need it, I don't care, whatever. But then for Christmas, this man gifted me the money for the surgery. So I just was like, you know what, you're right, whatever, I'm due for new glasses anyway, and they're usually like $350 because I didn't have insurance my whole life basically, so I had to pay out of pocket for my contacts and my glasses and my consultation, so it would always be like $300 minimum. So he was basically like, you can pay $3,000 right now and never have to worry about your eyes again, or you can keep having to deal with wearing glasses and getting new prescriptions and everything else. So I was like, you're right, I'll just get LASIK. One tip I'll give you from the jump is to do your research, because since I really didn't care to do my LASIK surgery and my dad was just kind of not forcing me to but encouraging me to, I didn't really do my research. So I just went to the place that my neighbor had gone to. I'm not saying it's the place's fault. They seem pretty reputable, and I don't know, my neighbor went and she had a good experience. I'm not saying it's them, but do your research, because the place I went to, they were great. They were really sweet. They were really helpful. But they claimed, well, they do. They say that they offer a lifetime warranty as long as you keep up with your appointments and get like a yearly check after you get your surgery. So technically you get a life guarantee in case your vision gets bad later on or whatever. You get lifetime warranty. Your first consultation, they just kind of ask you about your eye history, do like a routine eye check, and then let you know what procedure would be better, because they offer both PRK and LASIK. They do like the routine eye check that they would do where they blow in your eyes and make you see if you can see that little prairie house far away. They make you do all of that just to make sure they know what your vision looks like and what your eye looks like. They consulted with me after, and mind you, my vision was really not that bad. I was at -1 on both eyes. They told me that I didn't qualify for LASIK because my retina, the cornea, the first layer of your eye, mine was too thin. So they told me I had to do PRK, which is more intrusive. And if you want to learn about the difference between both of them, you can literally look up videos explaining or Google it. Like, I promise you there's better people to ask than me. They told me I could do PRK, and they told me it was a little more intrusive because with LASIK, they basically go around your cornea. They remove that little circle and like flap it back, and then they do whatever they need to, and then they close it back, and then they do that with the other one. With PRK, they literally just take that first layer off and then do what they need to, and then they put like a contact lens that will protect your eye while it's healing, and a new layer is made by your eye. They told me that I would need to take a week off work because I wouldn't be able to see, and they told me it was way more painful, or they told me it was more painful than LASIK, and that it would take me even a little while after the pain was gone for me to be able to fully see 20/20. Well, I proceeded with the surgery, and they booked it for like a Monday or something, I don't know, but they booked it right away. They charged me $2,500 total, between $2,500 and $3,000 total. It wasn't more than $3,000 for sure, and that's for both eyes. So I booked my appointment, and before your surgery they prescribe you some eye drops just to help moisturize your eye, and to, it's kind of like ibuprofen for your eyes, and just to make sure, like, to prep it for the surgery basically. And then they tell you not to wear makeup for a week before your surgery. So fast forward to the surgery, I went in there, someone had to drive me and someone had to pick me up because obviously I couldn't see, or I wasn't gonna be able to see because I had just gotten eye surgery. So my parents took me, and they basically just go through the different eye drops that you'll be using, and then they prescribe you oxycodone, right? That's the one for pain, just because they do warn you that like you're gonna be in pain. And then they give you a bunch of eye drops that you have to do regularly while you're healing to help with moisturizing your eye and keeping a seal over your eye and stuff like that. And then they give you these like eye covers that you have to keep on when you shower and stuff, because they tell you that, I mean, you need to cover your eyes if you're gonna shower. So they took me back to the little surgery center, and they just put some eye drops in my eyes and did the surgery. Basically, you're awake during the surgery, and like you can kind of feel it at first. Like it's a really weird, like you know something's being done to your eyes, but it doesn't hurt or anything. Like you can barely even feel it because the eye drops that they put in your eyes numb them. So it takes about 15 minutes in each eye, and then you're done. So I walked out, and I just had some eyeglasses that I had to wear back home, and then didn't feel any pain at first. Let me do my eyes really quick and I'll finish the story. Okay, I'm back. I really should have just done this as a sit down video, but whatever, I'm killing two birds with one stone. So anyways, the first day I did end up taking the pain pills, but I really didn't need them. Like I was not in that much pain. The only thing was that I couldn't see. I couldn't open my eyes. They were literally shut, and if I tried to open them, they would just be like crying so bad. Like it was painful, and I just couldn't open them. So I just would be sleeping most of the time, and I still had those covers in my eyes, so I couldn't like comfortably sleep either. So I literally just had to sleep with my eyes kind of like with myself like upright, and with the covers on my eyes. But it was fine. Second day, really just kept taking my little eye drops. I had artificial teardrops, and then just some other eye drops to hydrate my eyes. That's what eye drops do. But that was really it. I didn't take any more pain pills. And then I had a checkup with them just to see how I was doing, and they said I was doing great. They were impressed with how well I was doing. So then 5 days after your surgery, you go back and get that contact taken off, because your eyes are supposed to be good, and the new layers are supposed to have been like built by your body basically. So after my post-op consultation the next day, I really was just chilling for the next like 3-4 days. I mean, I couldn't really open my eyes, but I would just keep them shut. They were really irritated. I couldn't really open them, but it was fine. I was really just chilling, and I couldn't really see. Like I could see color and stuff, but I saw blurry, and my eyes could only tolerate being open for a little bit, so I really just had to keep my eyes closed. After they take that contact lens off, they tell you that you're good to go back to work, and that you'll be seeing blurry for the next couple weeks. They tell you it takes up to like 6 months to be fully able to get to 20/20 vision. Right after I went back to work, the first couple days I was seeing kind of blurry and like double, and so I worked at a desk, so it was really hard for me. Like I could make out the words, but I had to squint really hard, and that was for a few days. After maybe, I would say like a week. It got better after the second week, but I was still seeing pretty blurry for a little while longer than they said it was gonna last. You also are required to do like monthly checkups after that, and then your yearly one, so that you can qualify for like the lifetime warranty. And I made it to my first appointment after that, but then I never made it to my first year consultation with them. That technically disqualified for me able to get services from them. After like a month, I would say I was seeing 20/20 perfectly clear. It was great. Only thing I did notice that was that my eyes were a little more sensitive to light. So when I would go outside in the sun, like it would bother my eyes, and I started having to wear sunglasses, which I never did before. And if I got stuff in my eyes, it would just be really, really, really painful. Things that I've noticed is that my eyes are super sensitive. Even 2 years later, they're sensitive to light, and they're really sensitive to, if I get anything in my eyes, it will bother me and it will hurt so bad. And I'm like way more sensitive now. The worst side effect that I have, and the one that makes me regret ever getting this surgery, is how dry my eyes get. My eyes were never dry before I got LASIK. I noticed maybe like 6 months after I got the surgery that my eyes started to get super dry. So I noticed first that like I could not go to sleep with any kind of anything on my face around my eyes, like as far as makeup goes, because it would hurt. Like even if I had still a little bit of leftover mascara, my eyes would hurt so bad. All right, my camera just went a little crazy on me, so I apologize if the angle is different. And I think I was saying that I couldn't wear makeup to bed, which I mean you shouldn't anyway, but still. The other thing was that I started noticing that my eyes would get super dry if I slept for a really long time. If I went to sleep like at 7, you know, sometimes you like think you're gonna take a nap and then just end up falling asleep forever, and then wake up in the middle of the night thinking like, what the hell, what happened? But then you just go back to sleep. Okay, well that happened to me a few times, and I would wake up the next day with the driest eyes, and sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night just because my eyes were hurting so bad. They were so irritated, and I felt like I had just gotten pepper sprayed because they were so dry. I know it makes no sense, but like I couldn't open them, but they were like, and I tried to open them and then they would flood with and so I would wake up from my sleep because my eyes were that bad. So that would happen, but then after a while, and even more lately, or just in the past year even, I wake up from my sleep, even if I don't sleep that long, with so much pain. And this happens like at least a few times a week, from my eyes being so dry that I need to wake up and like put eye drops in my eyes. Like I wake up with my eyes closed, like literally just like looking around trying to find my eye drops, and I always have them like by like my desk or somewhere close where I can literally just like blindly grab them when I can't see and like put some in and then go to back to sleep, or try to close my eyes for a little while. Sometimes I can't even go back to sleep because it hurts so bad, and I can't turn the light on because it makes them even more sensitive. So I just have to grab like whatever I can and try to find, like dig through my drawers and find my eye drops. And I had to start separating them out because I almost pulled a Gorilla Glue lady and put super glue in my eyes instead of my eye drops, because it's like the same type of bottles basically. So now I keep them completely apart, and I usually keep some eye drops under my bed or under my pillow because it's that bad to where I need them like right then and there. I just thought it was normal and like didn't really question it until like I told my coworkers and my boss, because there were times where my eyes hurt so bad, and then I got a migraine from not sleeping, or just got a migraine from the pain, and I couldn't drive because my eyes were so sensitive still from being dry overnight that I couldn't drive. So sometimes I would have to go into work late. So my boss started to be like, that's not normal, like you should get that checked out. And I was like, oh no, like I've been dealing with it, like it's just from LASIK. And they're like, no, like that's not normal. So I finally called the place that I had gone to up to see like if I could go get a consultation and see what was up. And they told me that because I hadn't made it to my consultation after like my 1-year consultation, that I didn't qualify. But they told me they could still see me and I would have to pay up front. But I was like so desperate that I was like, whatever, get me in. So essentially I went to go see the doctor. He looked at my eyes, he said they looked great, that they looked fine. However, he had found 2 little abrasions on the side of my cornea that were so dry and that they were open. And so anytime my eyes would open after being dry overnight, my eyelid would make the cut open back up, and that my eyes had just gotten super sensitive because of that. To fix it, he told me that I would just need to be regularly hydrating my eyes, and that it would help my cuts like stay closed, and that it would prevent my eyes from getting super irritated and hurting. So essentially, like in the long run, as long as I kept up with putting eye drops in my eyes, I would be fine and wouldn't be in pain like I had been. He prescribed me like 3 different eye drops, which are all from the Refresh line. One of them were gel drops, one of them were artificial tears, and one of them was like a gel, kind of like a Vaseline. He told me to do the artificial tears just throughout the day or whenever I felt I needed them. The Refresh, the gel drops, every 4 hours, and then the night ones, the gel ones, right before I went to bed, because the gel ones make it so that you can't see, you see blurry, you can't open your eyes. It's kind of like a Vaseline for your eyes, and it just builds a shield so that like when I go to sleep and I open my eyes in the morning, I have that shield to prevent my eyelid from opening that cut up back again. All right, don't mind me, now my camera died, but we're back. Shout out Mercury retrograde for making it so that nothing works properly. As I was saying, I got prescribed those 3 different eye drops, and that shit was expensive. First of all, you realize that eye drops are $17 each. That shit is not cheap. I also found that putting eye drops in my eyes constantly was a pain in the ass. I had to keep eye drops with me at all times, and also like if I wore makeup, my eye drops would just like mess it up, which I know it's not a big deal, like vision is important, but like, you know, it's an inconvenience. I ended up dropping the artificial tears completely because I felt like they don't really do much. I love these gel drops. Not me talking about fucking eye drops. I love these Refresh gel drops. They lubricate your eyes so nicely, and they're literally my favorite. I have like 3 of these in my bag alone, and then I have some in my room scattered everywhere. But yeah, that's literally the biggest thing for me. If I could take it back and not get LASIK or PRK, I wouldn't, because the pain and how uncomfortable it is from my eyes being so dry and how much I have to wake up in the middle of the night, like it's not worth it. There's times where I wake up in the morning and can't even like open my eyes, check my phone, none of that, because it hurts so bad, and like I just need to like go back to sleep sometimes, try again in a few hours, because it's that bad. It's so painful and so uncomfortable. Like I would rather wear glasses, gladly, happily. So my biggest thing is, I don't say don't get it, I don't say get it, I say do your research, because I did not do my research. And had I done my research, you can Google it, you can see so many people struggle with their eyes being super dry, or they get other symptoms, they like get cloudiness or see double or whatever. So many different things that you don't think about or they don't tell you about. The surgery itself is easy and simple and quick, and I can see now, I can see 20/20, but my vision really wasn't that bad. I have to constantly deal with eye drops and pain, my eyes being sensitive. I really would rather just wear glasses, like gladly, because I didn't have any of those issues before. I'm a dumbass and I didn't ask the eye doctor when I went whether the abrasions in my eyes were from the surgery itself or just like a side effect because my eyes were so dry. I didn't really ask. Also, ask a lot of questions when you do these things, because I really didn't ask questions. But you know, do your research and see if it's worth it for you. Some people have really bad vision to the point where they're willing to risk it. Some people have great results. Like, I'm not saying do it, don't do it, I'm just letting you know this is my experience, and if I could take it back, I most definitely would. I'm gonna finish getting ready and then I will show you guys how cute I look. All right, I'm back. I just wanted to show you guys how I ended up looking. I just have not felt like putting my extensions in, and so I just want to play around with my hair for a little bit and see what I like. I really like doing like little liguitas or little chonguitos here and stuff like that, so I just kind of want to play around with my hair, but I don't know, we'll see. If you see me wearing extensions next week, mind your business. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of sit down and share my experience of me getting PRK and share basically my struggles with it, and just kind of give an inside scoop as to what it's like, just in case anyone's considering it. Coming from someone that's gone through it, my biggest things would be to do your research, outweigh the pros and the cons, and see people's stories. A lot of people share their stories like on comments under videos and stuff like that. Just do your research and see, you know, if you really want to do it and feel confident in the doctor that you have and feel like you've done your research and have outweighed the pros and the cons, then best of luck to you, and I hope that it works out for you better than it did for me. Like, for me, I can see 20/20 and I love that, I appreciate that. It just doesn't feel like it was worth it, especially since my vision really wasn't that bad to start with. And also I've seen that people develop side effects later on in life, or their vision gets worse and stuff like that. So I don't really know what I have in store for the future. Hopefully this is it and that's the extent to it. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Anyways, let me know what other videos you want to see from me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so make sure to go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.